talk about something that really blessed me. And I don't think, I wasn't even reading the Word. I wasn't even reading the Bible. But this really blessed me. Because lately, I've been getting really angry with God. I've been getting really angry with God, and I would bring my concerns to Him. And it's easy to get angry with God um, when you feel like God is withholding something from you, or when God is saying no. It's easy to get angry with Him, to wrestle with Him. And that's what I've been doing lately. I've been wrestling with the Lord, and there was two particular things I was wrestling with the Lord about. One of them I may talk about in another video because I was thinking about giving tips that has helped me to deal with that particular thing because I know it's coming. That thing is like coming that a lot of people wrestle with, which I'm just gonna say relationships. Let's just say relationships. And no, I'm not like a relationship expert, none of that. All of this that I talk about on my channel is based on my own experience and what God tells me and the things that God has taught me and that I learned. But I may do a separate video on like relationships, like when you like someone and God says no, or maybe that person don't like you back, or God said no. But yeah, sometimes God will say no, and like my one of the Christian YouTubers that I watch, I love how she said God said no, and it's a hard no. And that's the way it be feeling sometimes. Like, Lord just said no. That means there's no getting around it. It's no scooting to the back, to the left. It's no slipping past God and being like, okay, let me slide past God. No, He sees everything. Sometimes I feel like God literally be like, I feel like God literally is like, I see that. You thought you was gonna walk past me or do that. I saw that. I saw that. I saw that my child. I saw that my son, my daughter. Like I feel like that's how God is with us. Sometimes we'll try to. God be done told us no, and it's a hard no, and we'll try to scoop past God, scoop past Him, and we'll try to do our own thing, me included. Because recently I've been kind of dealing with this where I would like, God told me no about something, and I literally was so disobedient. I literally scooted past God, or thought I was, and you know, He let me know. I feel like He let me know in so many ways. I see you. You can't get past me with that one because He told me no about something, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, Lord, it ain't gonna hurt. This is a good, I ain't gonna go too deep in the situation. It ain't gonna hurt, Lord. Like, what could it hurt? And what are you protecting me from, Lord? This is a good thing or a good person, or I ain't gonna go too deep in the situation. But yeah, I was literally twisting God's arm, trying to get Him to say yes to something that He already made His mind up about. And I feel like when God do that, He'll let us know, like, no, I see you, but He'll also let us know, okay, I see what you're doing. You try to scoop past me. I see what you're doing. I said no, and that's what I meant. But He'll also comfort you and console you. Like He'll comfort you, and He will also like sometimes or a lot of times. Well, I know lately this has been happening with me where God will come in and comfort me, but He'll also remind me of something better that He has for me. Like, yeah, I said no to that particular thing, but I got something better for you. And yeah, and you can't get past God. I don't care what you do, you can't get past Him. It ain't no point even trying. If He tell you no, you better hang it up. It ain't no point even trying. Two, if you say no, He also can see something that we can't see. And you know what was crazy? I didn't mean to say all of this in this video. It just came out. I believe that was kind of like God. Like, I wasn't planning on saying this, but the topic of today was something, a deeper realization that I had about God's timing and Him being a good Father. Like a deeper revelation, a deeper thought, and this really blessed me. It was a deep thought about His timing. And you know how they say God's timing is not our timing. That's so true. That's true. A lot of times we'll be thinking, oh, this is gonna take me like a year or two or years, and God wanted it's gonna happen soon. God's timing is sooner than that. it's way faster than that. Or sometimes we be thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this done in a month or two or a year, and God's timing is years later down the road. And it literally hit me that cause I was like I told you, I was really wrestling with the Lord lately about something, and I was angry with Him, and I was telling Him I was angry, and I ain't gonna even lie, and I feel bad about this. I ain't gonna even lie, I crashed out on the Lord. Like I literally said some things I'm not proud of, and I crashed out on the Lord, and I had a moment, and then I asked God to forgive me. But I wasn't even reading the Bible this morning, but a thought came to my head about God's divine timing. Like it hit me. It literally hit me out of nowhere. I was doing something. Or I was thinking about something else. And it literally hit me out of nowhere that how our earthly father or earthly parents or earthly father, the earthly father, he don't want to withhold or stop anything good from coming to his child, to his son, his daughter. But at the same time, that a good parent will not give their child something if that child isn't ready for it or prepared for it. Like a common example that everybody uses is you wouldn't you, you wouldn't you wouldn't give a 10-year-old a car to drive, or you wouldn't tell. Hold up, what's another good example? I don't know no other examples, but a good father, he don't want a good like our parents on earth. Our parents on earth, they don't want to withhold anything good from us. They want the best for us. Or most parents, or a lot of parents, they want some parents like parents. They want the best for their kids, but they not gonna get a kid, they child. They're not gonna get a child or their kid something, knowing that the kid isn't ready for it. A good parent ain't gonna do that because that's setting the child up for failure. But at the same time, they want to get that child good things. They got good things in store for that child and plan for that child. That's the way God is with us. He wants to give us good things, and out of nowhere, that Bible verse came to me that that God will not withhold any good from us. That He will not withhold any good from the upright. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, like and I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute. I've been getting so angry with God lately, angry with Him, and crashing out on Him, and thinking that He wants to withhold this particular thing from me, or that He's withholding something from me. When no, that's not the case. He's actually in a certain situation or with a certain thing I've been asking Him for. He's actually been protecting me. He told me no, but He also told me He had some else. And I will probably speak on that in other videos because this is a common thing that we all struggle with. And secondly, there was something else, a second thing I was praying to the Lord about, and the Lord said yes to that particular thing. He said yes, but He said, He didn't give a specific timeline or nothing like. He didn't give a specific timeline. He just said yes. His answer was yes to that thing, to that other thing, to the second thing, or to that other thing, to the other prayer. But he didn't give a specific timeline, nothing like that. He just told. It was just his answer was yes, and it hit me. Okay, God is saying no to this other thing, and He has something different and that's more like compatible with me, and better for me. So okay, God ain't really withholding anything, even though it feels that way, and we think this way a lot of times. God isn't withholding anything from me. He's giving me. He said no to that other thing, but He's giving me something better. And this second part, He's actually said yes to. He's not withholding it. He's just gonna give it to you. Because it hit me. Oh, God. This other thing that God said yes to. He's gonna give it to me, but when they say on His time and God does things on His timing, that means like at the right time. And so it hit me. It all connect for me. Wait a minute. God is a good father, and a good father wouldn't give their children an opportunity or whatever it is they praying for at the wrong time. That father would first prepare that child or wait till that child is prepared and then give them that opportunity. Like a common example that a lot of people use is, you know, with the driving thing, which that's something I want to learn. I want to, do. I want to the driving thing, but a lot of a lot of this is just a common example that people use. That's why I'm using this because it's a great example for this. A lot of like a father, a earthly father, he want to see his kids get their driving license, their permit, and all of it. But he will not give that child a car or he may buy that child a car, but he ain't gonna let that child ride that car. They parents ain't gonna let him or her ride the car until that that child learn how to drive. The father or the mother, they may get in the car with the child and teach them how to drive and teach them how to do this and teach them how to drive, and then they be like, okay, son or daughter, we would then go get your permit, and then we will move on to license or however the process go. Cause it just hit me like an earthly father. He wants to give his kid. It hit me that God is that way too. Usually, it just hit me. It just hit me that usually when God says yes to something, first of all, a good parent ain't gonna get a child something that's not good for them. So it hit me, okay, for God to be saying no about this other thing, even though it hurts and I was angry with God and I'm still wrestling with the Lord about this, but it hit me, okay, for him to say no about this, and that means that thing or that person was not good for me, or not even just the person ain't good, but the situation ain't good, or something down the line, something down the road in that path with that person or that thing that God said no to, it isn't going to turn out good. That's not to say that the person is a bad person or the thing is a bad thing. It's just God see what we can't see. A lot of times, this person can be a good person, and this thing can be a good thing, but it ain't God sees something we can't see. Or it could be like a good thing or a good person, but it ain't a God. You know how they say it ain't a God thing, or it ain't a. It could be a good thing, but it ain't a God thing. That I heard that before, and that's so true. That is so true. And usually, something I'm noticing about God is when He says no to something. When He says no to, I mean, when He says no to something, like I said, it does mean that thing is not some down the path thing. Something isn't good in that path. It may not be immediate, but down the road, something gonna happen that isn't good. Or that doesn't mean again. That doesn't mean that person have to be bad or that thing have to be bad. The person can be a good person, or it could be a good thing. But God either has something better for us. He's protecting us in some way, or whatever the case may be. But a good father is not gonna get. That's why I have to remind myself because I be getting angry at the Lord all the time. Like when He says, I ain't gonna say all the time, but a lot of times when God say no, I get upset and I struggle with my emotions. And I gotta bring it to the Lord and say, Lord, can you please help me with my emotions? Can you please help me with this? But yeah, God, when He says, also on the flip side, when He says yes to something, but He don't give you a specific time or date, and you know how people say it'll happen in God's divine timing, which that is the right timing. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, okay, God's divine timing on God's timing equals and means the right timing. So that means, okay, He said yes to this thing. So evidently, if God said yes to this thing, He's going to give it to us, and He's going to not only give it to us, but He's going to make sure that we are prepared for it. It ain't like He just intentionally withholding this from us. No, He's trying to make sure we are actually prepared for what He's going to give us or bless us with or our prayer requests. And you know what? I think I'm going to watch this video. I think I'm going to rewatch my video and other videos too about this because sometimes I be forgetting this or not. I mean, I know this, but you know how you get upset and emotional that everything just fly out the back window. Like, you know, sometimes I be getting upset with God and my emotions get high and I be literally just forgetting. Like, and then it hit me, oh, God is just protecting me. But yeah, that's what I want to say and about how that just hit me like a ton of bricks today. That really just hit me like a ton of bricks, and this really blessed me, and I hope it bless y'all too. And y'all have a beautiful day. And I also have another video that I'm gonna be doing. I'm probably gonna post several videos this week. I don't know, I might, but I'm really enjoying this. You know what? In a way, I'm glad, I really am glad that I'm back doing YouTube because I feel peace. Like, I feel like this is what God wanted me to do, and I always have felt joy from creating YouTube videos and doing YouTube. I always felt joy from this. And yeah, I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and I love y'all. Bye.